Russell and Dave Brown right along ringside. And by golly, we're in a hurry. Anxious to get into it today, David.
Opening match today, Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden in here to go against Scott Steiner and Sean Baxter.
Right.
Should be a great opening match. Yeah, Bill Dundee, Jeff Jarrett, Brickhouse Brown in here as part of a six-man match later on. Cactus Jack teams with Gary Young in a tag team match. Phil Hickerson against Billy Travis. Looking forward to that one.
What a single there.
Absolutely. And Rock and Roll RPM's Mike Davis and Tommy Lane will be in a bit later on, too.
Golly, I'll tell you one thing. We got it lined up today, hoping maybe that you're going to be right there with it. Take time out. Be back in just a moment. Obviously, I'm out here with the crowd, the stud stable.
Well, you know, this is a glorious day, Lance, because it's very few times you get an opportunity to see the whole stable. Let's widen out here, boys. Get a shot of this whole stable here, because this is the group right here, baby, that you want to put your dollars down to come and see, because this is the goingest group of people right here ever put together, the Tennessee Stud Stable, and I'm very, very happy to have them all here, Lance. You know, I've been on an extensive tour, Lance, midget whooping lately. I'm doing a darn fine job of it. You know, there's nothing that I enjoy more, or these guys enjoy more, than to see the stud get down midget style on a guy like Bill Dundee. I love to whip short people, don't you, Jimmy?
Hey, I'm going to have to tell you something. I can't say that I see eye to eye with you on whipping them midgets and all that, even though we've been family for years. But I'm going to tell you something that I do see eye to eye with you on, and that's that little runt that comes out there with him with the sores all over his face. Acme boy, they call him out there.
Yeah,
or the Clearfield kid. When I clothesline him, boy, that's the one I like to get right there, brother. What'd you think of that, Lance? Wasn't that nice?
Yeah, you sure got him all right. You did a wonderful job.
You know something, Lance? As long as this company's been together here, I got champions right here, the Southern Tag Team champions, the RPM, the hottest stuff in town. We're very proud of our CWA champion, Phil Hickerson, and everybody in this group realizes there's bonuses going down anytime that they get to be champions, baby. And I want to say this, for the freeloaders out there that hadn't bought their ticket to see the stud stable, you really missed it, but freeload your tails off, because you got your chance to see the whole group today, Lance.
Well, you got a match in the ring if you just knock off all the knocking people and get up in there. Maybe we'll get into a little wrestling action in there. The Stud Stable. How could we be so blessed to have them all here at one time, Dave?
I know it. The whole bunch of them. Climbing up in the ring right now, Scott Steiner and Sean Baxter. Steiner out of Detroit, Michigan. Sean Baxter from Pensacola, Florida. They weigh a total of 453. Across the way at a total of 492 from Montgomery, Alabama, Jimmy Golden. And from Knoxville, Tennessee, the Tennessee stud, Robert Fuller. This will be a one-fall 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun, the referee.
Okay, this ought to be a goodie. I'll tell you, you'd have to go with Fuller and Golden as the favorites. They not only have been together a very long time, a couple of capable wrestlers, regardless of what you think of their mouth. Scott Steiner went around behind. Look at Golden. He slipped around and reversed it on him. Went for a double leg to pitch him forward. Steiner waist locks him, rolls him up. Takes him back again, but he couldn't get him in position, and Golden is under the rope. Boy, if anybody ever wanted to wrestle, you picked the right guy when you grabbed Steiner.
Exactly. Golden and Fuller will not find easy pickings here today. Steiner and Sean Baxter both acquit themselves very well in that ring. Look at Steiner with a drop kick.
Hey, Lance.
Hey, don't bother me, man. I'm enjoying myself here, Bruno. Looks like we're having a little problem.
Double teaming. Come on. Look at the hair of that Sean Baxter. I've seen better heads on cabbage. And look at that Scott Steiner. Look at all that muscles, all them steroids. He ain't got no kind of real body like Jimmy Golden.
A little problem out there, Jimmy.
He thinks it's a boxing match. It's a wrestling match. CWA, not CBA. You understand? Championship Wrestling Association. Jimmy Golden and Robert Fuller are wrestling. I'm a wrestling manager. Sylvia's a wrestling valet.
Well, in case you didn't know it, Bruno, there's a two-time former All-American wrestler from Michigan in the ring right now.
The key word there, Lance Russell, is former. The stud stable is current. We are current. We are 1988, baby. They're 1874 or something like that there. You know what I'm talking about? Look
at his son and taking the fish. He thinks he's Mike Tyson. Well, Mike Tyson got beat up in a barroom brawl in New York, and Scott Steiner's going to get beat up right here on national worldwide TV in front of the whole wide world.
Jimmy Golden, Scott Steiner, tag it up again. Here's John Baxter taking over in there.
Golden had a handful of hairs. He was forcing Steiner back on the rope. There he's got Baxter's hair. Referee saw him that time, though, and broke that up before he could ever do much damage. Jimmy Golden not finding himself having a very good day so far. There's Robert Fuller. He just reached in and made the tag.
Jimmy went for a little single leg to dump Baxter as Fuller was coming in, but he missed it. Baxter was out of the way. Now they tie it up, Dave.
Fuller went into a side headlock there for a moment. Baxter took him down to the mat. Fuller got out of it. Look at Sean. Great balance as he's back on his feet and took Fuller down, but they're reversing each other right and left here.
Big side mare as he bangs Fuller down. He didn't pull his hair. He had a good, clean side mare. That's a good place for you, Bruno. It's right there at ringside.
There's hair pulling, but it's by Fuller.
Talking into a microphone. I'm downtown Bruno. I'm a professional wrestling manager, and I know hair pulling when I see it. But that's okay, Steve.
You ought to.
Yeah, the stud stable is #1 undefeated, just like the Pittsburgh
Look at that.
Steelers.
Just grabbed his hair and jerked him right off
I'm trying to make a point, and you're interrupting me. The stud stable is #1. Downtown Bruno is #1, and Sylvia is #1, just like the Pittsburgh Steelers are #1. That's why I got black and gold on today, because Pittsburgh Steelers are #1, the stud stable is #1, and I am not no weasel.
Oh. Well, you couldn't prove it by the folks that are here, that's for a fact. Jimmy Golden caught in the standing side headlock. He ripped one to the midsection, takes a kick at Scott Steiner. Whip and reversal, and Golden's in. Look at this.
Mistake by Baxter. Baxter had Golden going. He went into his corner after him. Robert Fuller got him with a right fist.
Well, you don't make mistakes and laugh when you're against Fuller and Golden, Dave.
Nope. Into the boot of Robert Fuller goes Sean Baxter. Golden makes the tag. Fuller back on the ropes for some momentum. Planted that boot right in the top of Baxter's head.
Ripped him with a couple of rounds. Whoa! Look at Baxter come back. Doing anything but going down to the mat right now, Bruno. That's the only reason they're not throwing punches. Whip! Forward slam! Beautiful! Fuller in the ring. He's got no business. He loaded that boot up. He loaded that boot up and went over and kicked Steiner right in the head. The referee down 1, 2, 3. Well, thank you, Robert Fuller, in that metal-filled boot he's got on.
No doubt about it.
Sean Baxter goes down on the mat after the boot. He's got the laces undone. He's going to try to take it off, but Jimmy Golden wails him. Going in for what is actually an inside toe hold, but it's called, as Buddy Fuller kind of patented that thing years ago, it's called the Fuller leg lock. And Jimmy Golden really putting it on. Here comes Bill Dundee, Brickhouse Brown. And the stud stable decides it's time to leave.
Boy, thank goodness they got there. 4 minutes, 43 seconds, the time of the match, and the win's going to go to Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden in the boot.
Paralyzing hole, that inside toe hole. And it might even be worse than that boot, but that's hard. We'll take time out. Be back in a moment.
More action, and we're going to get back to it in just a moment. Son of a gun, I got to tell you what, Evansville Wednesday night, you got one final event coming up in there that you don't want to miss. Let me tell you what that is. Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden going against the superstar Bill Dundee, and his partner is going to be Handsome Jimmy Valiant. That's not all of it. We'll give you the entire card a little bit later. But here he is, Tennessee stud Robert Fuller and Big Jimmy Golden.
I'm sure it's not by your popular request. But it's by the popular request of all them uglies up there in Indiana that need a little bit of pretty poured on them, baby. And you know, every time the stable comes to Indiana, they bring pretty with them because there ain't no way to leave it on. I'm going to tell you something, baby, and I'm going to tell you the truth. I want you to listen to it real good. Indiana ain't never seen a Tennessee dog whipping like we're going to bring for Handsome Jimmy Valiant. You know Handsome Jimmy Valiant, somebody ought to do something about you anyway, because a man goes around ugly as you are, calling himself handsome, needs somebody to put him in line. You got a little short fella, a little Ozzy, baby. I'm talking Bill Dundee. He's short stuff. We're big, tall boys, 6'5". Tennessee stud, Gentleman Jim Golden, are going to take you boys out high style. Tell them.
I like it. You know, that Handsome Jim said he lost his beard, he lost his soul, brother. When we get in Evansville, you're going to lose more than your soul and your beard and your hair. You're going to lose your butt right there, boy. I'm going to humiliate you in Evansville.
Yeah, he remembers who cut that beard off, too. Don't think
he better remember. No, he thought he was ZZ Top or something running around. Talking about his little bitty baby down there. He growed that beard all that time, baby, for that baby and everything. I took care of your baby in one night, just like I done that baby Jarrett boy. That I'm real good at handling babies, and I'm good at handling so-called handsome blonde-headed jerks like you, son. You'll be heading back to New York City. Do-wah, diddy, baby. You are mine in Evansville.
Bill Dundee. There's a name I don't have to repeat too many times. We're going to get Billy out here, and along with his son Jamie, had a nice reaction from the crowd as the superstar comes out along with Jamie Dundee. Jamie, how you doing? Soup, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you.
Brown, how are you?
So, how is it living around the stud stable out looking for you, man?
Too great. Well, I just tell you this. I enjoyed holding downtown Bruno off and Sylvia off with their stick. And
doing a good job of that.
Robert Fuller just a screaming, but had Jimmy Golden, I forgot all about him. And I tell you, that clothesline hurt. But I can tell you this, I got eyes in the back of my head now. Next time I see any of the stud stable coming, I can tell you I'm gone, because I can't whoop none of them boys.
Well, I tell you one thing. That's now. Just give him a little while right in there. Right, Billy?
I think he's doing a good job. I just want to tell all you stud stable members something. They've all been through here since 1975. They've been 6'6". They've been 7 feet tall. They've been 300 pounds. They've been the Joe LeDucs, the Jean Louis, the Campbell-Taylors, the Hulk Hogans, the Randy Savages. They all been here. And you know who's still here? Jerry the King Lawler and Bill Superstar Dundee. Now, they're all going to do the same thing. They're going to run us out of town. And then about 5 years ago, a guy boogied into town. He said, "Woo, mercy, Daddy, Handsome Jimmy's showing up." And he showed up, brother. And you know what he did? He took names and he kicked tail. And he stayed around a long time. Now he came back. And you know what you did, Fuller? You burned him, brother. And you made a mistake, Daddy. You made a mistake. Oh, you're 6 foot tall, and your goofy cousin 6 foot tall. And that broad that stands alongside you 5'11". Oh, you're all tall dudes, all right. But you got nothing in here, punk, nothing. That's the difference that makes a man, brother. It's what's inside, not what's outside. Now, get a little carried away here. If the man upstairs would punch the button, we got a little tape on the boogeyman and the superstar doing what they do best. Look at this, Lancer. Woo! Pow!
Yeah, that is when Bill and Handsome Jimmy were together, and boy, what a match it was.
That's right, and Sonny King is no slouch. Who's that other guy we beaten up? Look at old Handsome there. He beating him up, brother, fighting, kicking.
Joe LeDuc.
Joe LeDuc, right? Now, he ain't no midget either. So Robert Fuller and the whole stud stable, just take a look at this tape, brother, because he don't care what it takes. If he's going to roll out and get a chair, that's exactly what he's going to do. And Jimmy Golden, oh, yeah, you were big and bad, brother. You were big and bad. You came in and clotheslined this kid right here. That made you real tough, didn't it? And then you put that rolling leg lock on my leg, brother. Oh, I'm not saying it don't hurt, and I'm not saying you ain't bad. But you did it when my back was turned to you, brother. When I put the figure 4 on that stupid cousin of yours, I snatched him up and slammed him, and I put it on. Now, oh, I'm not crying over spilt milk, brother. I've been beat before, and I'm sure I'll be beat again. The difference is with me, punk, I get up off the ground. Now, Handsome Jimmy has a few words he wants to say to you, and this
yeah.
That's right, so just punch the button again, Mr. Director, and we'll listen to the boogeyman.
Yes!
Jimmy Golden! Robert Fuller! You've scarred my soul for life. You've taken my beard. You burned my face! And now you've taken my soul! It's over! Handsome Jimmy Valiant swears that it's over! My man, Willie, go back a long ways. My man, Willie, we're blood brothers. We will get revenge, and it's coming. Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden, 2 out of 3, baby. 3 straight. It's strike force. Willie, handsome Jimmy, we're coming for death. We're coming.
Fuller and Golden, you got a good look at that on the back of Handsome Jimmy. That was his old lady's picture, brother. That's what he wakes up beside every morning. And you don't think he ain't got some guts? Well, he's coming to take you 2 punks out. And this little midget, as you call him, and this boy's going to be right by his side. And he's taking care of Sylvia and Bruno. Golden and Fuller, you belong to us. Take it.
Be an interesting one. Got to take a look at that when that comes off, boy. I'll tell you for a fact, Dave. We got these guys in action right now.
Got a 6-man tag team match. Yeah, Boss Winter bringing in his group here, Rough and Ready and the Blue Knight. Over across the way, are you ready for the superstar, Bill Dundee, Brickhouse Brown, and Jeff Jarrett. We got us a 6-man tag team match. One falls 15-minute time limit. Jerry Calhoun will be the referee. And
we got to give Boss Winters the Eternal Optimist Award, you know.
That's true.
As he comes out with his guys every time. He said, this is the day.
Got him today. We'll see. Boss Winters in the corner of Rough and Ready and the Blue Knight. Jamie Dundee is over in the corner of Bill, Jeff, and Brickhouse. Bill Dundee in there now. This is Ready, who started off here today. Brickhouse Brown takes the tag. Ooh, a little upper arm. And Ready goes down to the mat.
Brickhouse, just as rough as he ever was, just because he's wrestling with some different faces other than the stud stable. Boy, he hadn't changed his tactics at all.
He's still one rugged wrestler. Jeff Jarrett in there now after the tag. Ready, back up on his feet. Jeff takes him over to the corner. Here's Dundee back in. They're tagging out quickly. Ready, back into the rope. Whipped across the way. Bill Dundee dumps him over the back. Takes him over to the corner and says, hey, tag your partner, the Blue Knight. Why not?
We've killed you.
That's right. We're ready for somebody else.
Fresh meat. And Billy goes around behind. Hooks him around facing Brickhouse, and Brickhouse rips him with a big set of knuckles. Whips him in. Big clothesline. Man, talking about clothesline. Oh, he nailed it. Jeff Jarrett.
Jarrett got him with the right hand. He tags Dundee and then whips the Blue Knight into the rope. The two of them take him high in the air and drop him over the back. Brickhouse with a flying press. Down is 1, 2. He got it. Oh, Boss Winter took a shot over here too. 2 minutes, 1 second to time. Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee, Brickhouse Brown gets the victory.
Okay, we got more action coming up for you, and we're going to be back to it in just a moment.
In Evansville at the Coliseum. First, I want to remind all you folks around Fort Knox coming in on Sunday, October the 2nd, 3 p.m. Championship Wrestling will be at Sadowski Fieldhouse. Now, if you haven't taken the opportunity to go out and watch it on Sunday afternoon, you better be out there if you love action. That's Fort Knox, Sunday, October the 2nd, 3 p.m., Sadowski Fieldhouse. Wednesday night, down there at the Coliseum in Evansville, gorgeous Gary Young opens it up against Billy Travis. There's a main eventer anywhere, and I'll tell you, it'll be a dandy of an opener in Evansville. Southern Tag Team title match. Rock and Roll RPMs will be defending their title against the young team of Sean Baxter and Ray Odyssey. Brickhouse Brown facing Big Cactus Jack. Return CWA title match with Phil Hickerson and Jeff Jarrett. And Robert Fuller, Jimmy Golden against Bill Dundee and Handsome Jimmy. Wednesday.
Right here, Ken Raper is teamed with Alan Reynolds. Ken is out of Memphis. Alan Reynolds out of Arkansas. Total weight 453. Going against him at a total of 492 out of Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Cactus Jack. And out of Little Rock, Arkansas, Gary Young, gorgeous Gary Young. In the corner, it's going to be Downtown Bruno. This will be one fall, 15-minute time limit match with Jerry Calhoun refereeing.
Got a lot of good size in this match, Dave, as Jack and gorgeous Gary are both large, and Alan Reynolds and Ken Raper are no small prize for a fact.
They indeed have both put on weight since the first time we saw them. Of course, Ken, we've seen for quite some time. Look at the drop kicks that Alan Reynolds is putting on both of them.
That's called psychology. That's called strategy. You let this punk think he's got an advantage over the Stud Stable team, and then they turn around and beat him to death. We're talking about Cactus Jack and gorgeous Gary Young. You know what? This is tag team mania because the Stud Stable is full of great tag teams, some of the greatest tag teams in the world today. We're talking about the CWA tag team champions, Mike Davis and Tommy Lane, the great rock and roll RPMs. We're talking about Robert Fuller and Jimmy Golden, probably the two greatest single wrestlers in the world today. Join forces becomes an unstoppable force, an immovable object. And Gary Young and Cactus Jack, you put these two guys together, you've got two great single talents together in one ring against the team. And look at that, they know how to take advantage.
Hey, you forgot one team, Sylvia and Downtown Bruno.
Well, Lance, I really appreciate you mentioning that because I wasn't going to forget about it. Sylvia and Downtown Bruno decided not to go after the tag team championship. But if we would have, I guarantee you we would have had it. Because you see, we beat midgets, we beat women, we beat little kids, we beat Japanese little short guys with squinty eyes. We beat everybody. We tried to get a match with you and Dave, but you and Dave wouldn't sign for the match. Hey,
got that right.
Yeah, see, you were scared of Downtown Bruno, and you were scared of Sylvia, see, because as you know, for a long time, anytime I've gotten in a ring with anybody, be it the Memphis Vice, be it Emily Arthur, Candy Divine, little Coco, is that what his name was? Little black guy? Yeah, Coco and a Karate Kid. I've beat them all. I've showed ability. I've showed talent. I've showed you why I'm Downtown Bruno. In fact, that's it, Gary. You know, in fact, I was just sitting around talking to a good friend of mine and personal advisor, Boss Withers, and he was telling me that I should lift weights and bulk up a little bit and get in the ring with some of these punks myself and take them on and show everybody just how good I am. But I don't need to lift weights and I don't need to bulk up because I can beat them without all that stuff. And you know what, Lancer? Whoa.
He missed.
A minor setback. It won't last long because this guy does not know how to take advantage. Now, look at the fist. See, even the young upstart beginner rookie punks like this guy. Look at that. They don't tag in the ring. They all pour in at the same time. Well, I didn't last very long. Well, I'm going to go take care of business.
Oh, look out. Ken Raper is thrown out on the floor, and Bruno is going over there jumping up and down on him with those cowboy boots on.
3. Got it.
Boy, I tell you.
Cactus Jack with Alan Reynolds in there is Downtown. Hey, come on, ref. Get this cotton-picking Bruno out of there. Just standing down there kicking the stew out of Ken Raper. Boy, yeah, you guys, I'm telling you.
Real impressive. 2:37 the time.
2:37, the victory goes to Cactus Jack and gorgeous Gary Young as Ken Raper and Alan Reynolds gave it a good go. They did that, in fact, but too much on the other side of it as they ended up double teaming. And Jeff, how you doing today, buddy? Brick. Okay, partner, we got action in store for you guys. I know that.
You know not to ask me what's happening, Lance, because my thing is Stud Stable. Whenever I think about them or I see one of them, my feet start kicking and my fists start flying. Now, I had to deal with Gary Young, I had to deal with Phil Hickerson, and I gave him fit, and now Jeff's going to finish off the headache. And I had to take care of Jimmy Golden, and I ain't through yet. But I still got to go past one more before I get that long, lanky you-know-who. And I'm talking about Cactus Jack.
Newest member.
You ought to slap Robert Fuller right in his mouth for what you got in store for you, sucker. I'm going to tell you something right now. You going out and you going down because you with the man. And I'm going to tell you something right now. I'm declaring war, and I ain't taking no prisoners.
You heard from Brickhouse. In the meantime, you got your hands full.
Yeah, I believe Brickhouse is a little fired up, just to say the least.
Say so?
We got the same thing in the mind. That's to get rid of the stud stable. But the guy I'm talking to is Phil. Huh? But the guy I got in mind is Phil Hickerson. You know, last week Lance had my first shot ever at a CWA title.
Yep.
And ever since I was growing up, I used to watch all the great champions, Jackie Fargo, Jerry Lawler, Rocky Johnson, and they all defended the title, and the CWA was proud that they represented the area. But Phil Hickerson had nobody proud. Maybe the stud stable is, because you can't beat a wet noodle, brother. Every time you win, you have to pull that chain out, or you have to have one of the stud stable members come in. Well, this week it's going to be a different story, Phil. Because not only am I going to go after that chain from the word go, I'm going to do it before the bell rings as soon as I see you in that building. Phil Hickerson, you show up for a fight, because that's what it's going to be.
Oh, boy, I can tell you one thing. This is going to be a dandy of it. Young fella really gave it a go against Phil, and, well, you know, history speaks for itself, I guess. We don't have to. Let's take a break. We'll be back in just a moment. We're going to see him in the ring here in just a moment. The CWA heavyweight title holder, Phil Hickerson, as he has a single match coming up with Billy Travis. Well, that'd be a scrap and a half. Looking forward to it. But he had a comment or two to make before he hit the ring, and here he comes with Downtown Bruno.
This right here, baby, let me tell you. First of all, I want to say one thing. I want to tell everybody just how big of a liar. You know, Jeff Jarrett come out here and he has lied in front of 350 million people. He has told a bald-faced lie, that little egg-sucking dog that he is. He can't tell the truth. He has to go around and tell lies. He comes out here and says, I can't beat nobody. I always use chains and everything. Let me tell you, I have never used a chain in my life. They have never found a chain on me. I don't need a chain to beat anybody.
Tell it your way, Phil.
Well, I'll tell you, brother. Have you ever seen me use a chain? Have you ever seen me do anything illegal to beat them? I just beat them. I beat them. And that's what it's all about, brother. And right there's what it's all about. No matter how I win, and which is always in a scientific wrestling move, I might add, I will always be the champion, brother. Now, what more can anybody say? Right there it is. Now, what more can you say?
Well, he already said part of it, what he felt about how you win a match. You have to go in there and use a chain on somebody.
See there?
And you're saying,
you take sides, Lance Russell. You take sides because you're in the damn conspiracy that's trying to get everybody and everybody in the stable.
Phil.
Everybody is down in the stable, son, but let me tell you, we will override everything and everybody. And let me tell you something, Jeff Jarrett, week after week after week, just bring it on, because you're not going to beat me. You can't beat me. So just bring your little booty on down there, and I'm going to give you a spank every week. Every time I get a chance, I'm going to beat you like an egg-sucking dog.
Well, you may have a little surprise right in the ring right now, Billy Travis.
On, Jack. Okay, bring him on. That's all it takes.
Billy Travis climbs to the ring.
Got a one-fall, 15-minute time limit match. Looking forward to a goodie. Out of Lexington, Kentucky, at 230 pounds, Billy Travis. Look at Phil Hickerson jumping even before the bell. Hickerson, the champion. This is a non-title match. Travis thrown out of the ring, down between the ropes onto the floor. Boy, Hickerson. Back in the ring, but Billy Travis had an idea of his own. He sunset flips it. Got a one count, that's all. Fist to the top of the head by Hickerson. Billy Travis ducked under it, crushes it down. There, he can't hold it past the one count. Travis, wow, did he hit him with the right hand or not?
backdrop as Billy covers again. 1. And Hickerson gets the right shoulder up, and he was unable to get more than really a 1 count. Takes him up in the air, and there is your champion, slammed down again. Billy Travis drops with the elbow, covers him up. 1, 2, but the foot on the rope. He got a 2 count that time. I'll tell you one thing, after Hickerson got off to such a quick start the way he did, Travis is letting him know he is in for, and as Hickerson goes at him, rakes him across the eyes, jabs a thumb at his throat, puts him in the corner.
Hickerson turned around to say something to Bruno, and Travis nailed him, count of 2, but only a 2 count. Boy, only a 2 count, I say. You get a 2 count against Hickerson, you've done something, even though you haven't won the match. Travis puts him into the rope. Big right forearm he got him with. He goes after Bruno. Look at Hickerson, Billy.
Look at that, another sunset flip.
Look at the train.
Trying to get him off, and hey, ref!
Yeah.
Come on, Jerry's got a chain. For crying out loud. Here's a guy who never used a chain. He gets a 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Tell us how he did it. We know how he did it. Reached down in his trunk as Travis had him pinned on several occasions. Couldn't get the 3 count. Jumped down in his trunk.
Yeah, no doubt, he had this huge chain, which was used before. Come on, we've all seen it. 206 the time.
Down there. Reached in his tights and pulled it out right when it was
That right there proves my point. Phil Hickerson, you can't beat nobody. You surely can't beat Billy Travis. Every time you win a match, it has to be with that chain. Lance, time after time, Phil Hickerson has to pull his chain out. Billy had him beat a number of times.
Don't care what he... Hey, all right, you guys. Come on. Hey, will you come on?
You just let it Phil. Me, boy.
We don't need Eddie Marlin. Give me a little help out here. Come on, Phil. We don't... Come on, Jeff. We don't need any of this. Hold it up. I'd like to see you go out and over. We don't need any brawl in here. Whoa! Jeff Jarrett pulled away and slammed Phil Hickerson. Hickerson pulls away from his guys and drops Jarrett down. Look out for the ball, Dave.
Yeah, boy, you got a bunch of them in there. The stable trying to keep Hickerson back away from Jarrett.
Eddie Marlin telling them all, you better keep back in there.
Jeff coming out of the ring. Eddie Marlin trying to say, hey, back up, Jeff. He's not backing up from Hickerson, that's for sure.
Hey, we sure don't need anything outside of that in the hall. Eddie Marlin following him out there is Jeff Jarrett. Man, he is so mad when firing back right out there into the hall to try to get a hold of Hickerson, and we don't need that. He's not coming in the ring. You know that, Jeff. Okay, we're going to take time. Be back in a moment.
Okay, I want to tell you again about the action coming up Wednesday night, Evansville Coliseum. Partner, I'm going to tell you what, it is jam-packed. Are you ready for this? A team made up of superstar Bill Dundee, handsome Jimmy Valiant, going against the Tennessee stud and Jimmy Golden. And then a return CWA heavyweight title match when Phil Hickerson has to face Jeff Jarrett. Brickhouse Brown will be in against another stud stable member, Cactus Jack. And there's going to be a Southern Tag Team title match where the Rock and Roll RPMs in there will be defending against Sean Baxter and Ray Odyssey.
I wouldn't.
Come on, Robert.
I got a few more things to say. Hold up the card, because it looks like you about got it read to me, Lance. When you get the stable all announced, you don't need to do no over-announcing. Okay. We'll get out here and we'll do the talking from there. I wasn't quite through a while ago because, you know, the CWA championship is something that stable holds dearly to their heart, and they hold dearly also Phil Hickerson, the old county hitter, baby.
I know.
The we're so proud of him. You saw me lay $500 in savings bond right on him, baby. You say I give Phil more stuff, and the reason that you give a man like Phil something is because men like Phil don't let you down. And if there's something the stable wants to get done, they want to get it done bad. Jarrett, they want you to pay. They want you to go down, boy, and they want you to stay there, not only for the count, but stay right there. Get your job at a service station or something. That's our objective. We want the boy in a cotton factory or something. Yeah, running around and bring it back. Because, boy, you don't belong in pack. Neither does Bill Dundee. Neither does handsome Jimmy Valiant. A man calls himself handsome and ain't handsome is a liar. And that's all you are, Valiant. You're just a bare-faced liar, baby. And you're running around with a midget. And that's where you're going to meet your demise. I'm going to promise you that. That midget is going to cost you your livelihood. Because, son, you are going down handsome, ugly. You're boogie-woogie to New York.
Stepping into the ring right now, the Rock and Roll RPMs, Mike Davis and Tommy Lane out of Atlanta, Georgia. They're going to be going against a couple of young guys here. A total of 459 out of Surf City, USA, Ray Odyssey. And out of Gallatin, Tennessee, Cat Garrett. The Rock and Roll RPMs, current holders of the Southern Tag Team titles. The belts will not be on the line here today. Looks like it's going to be Mike Davis starting against Cat Garrett. Cat Garrett, in case you haven't seen him before, has a great history in high school football. He was a tremendous high school football player up around Gallatin, Tennessee.
Big name at Gallatin, Tennessee.
Tag team champions because the Rock and Roll RPMs are the tag team champions.
No, Bruno, what we really wish is that you would go away and stay at ringside and give us a break.
Well, we don't always get what we wish for, do we?
Well, you got that right, buddy. You just keep that in mind, too.
What's that supposed to mean? Hey, Bill Dundee wants to come and have a piece of me. He knows where to find me. If his kid Jamie Dundee wants to find me, all he's got to do is sign that contract and get in the ring. That goes for anybody. Man, woman, child, midget, giant, freak, whatever. I'll get in the ring and I'll fight it. Because I'm not scared of nobody, Lance Russell. You know why? Because it's like Mama says, it be that way sometimes. You know what, Lance? I'm downtown Bruno, and you're not.
Well, I knew there was some reason I was thankful this morning, and by golly, I just put my finger on it right there.
I think so. You do sometimes get what you wish, right?
Yes, that's true. Cat Garrett.
Yeah, Tommy Lane in there against Cat Garrett right now. Oh, look at Garrett. Just shoved him back down on the mat. A raw power demonstrated. Lane complained to the referee he pulled his hair. He didn't. He just overpowered him, that's all.
You mentioned the raw power, Dave, and the natural athletic ability will get you so far. But when you're going against guys like Tommy Lane and Mike Davis, who have been there, they're physical specimens in their own right, it's not enough. And that's why Cat Garrett will be better off, win or lose, when he finishes this match than he was before he stepped in there. A little breather, but he's still in there battling with Garrett Davis on the outside, pounding on him from the back as Tommy Lane working on him from the front, and referee Jerry Calhoun gets over there and says, bang, and he stopped that in a hurry. Mike Davis
beating the stew out of Cat Garrett from outside, and when the referee came over to stop him, he said, hey, I'm just trying to make a tag here.
I missed that. Yeah, well, that's experience for you, isn't it?
Yeah, no, when you look at downtown Bruno, you just got to say that's experience. I just caught the last of it, Lance, but I knew you were talking about me. Because what a manager I am, and what a man I am, and how good looking am I. And rock and roll is number one. The champions, baby. The champions, rock and roll RPM, Mike Davis and Tommy Lane with downtown Bruno. Oh, how sweet it is.
Oh, well, into each life. Scooped up, Mike Davis dumps Cat Garrett down, and there's a tag on Tommy Lane as Cat tries to bring himself back up to the feet. Tommy Lane puts him right back down again. He's got the twisteroo on him, the left hand on top of the head pushing down, the right hand under the chin pulling up, and he is putting the pressure on him. Yeah. Cat Garrett down on his knees still, trying to get up. Here comes the tag. Mike Davis in with a stinging right hand to the midsection. Davis takes a couple of rights, and Garrett trying to pursue it. He needs to tag Ray Odyssey to get the pressure man in there, but Cat just staying in there with it. You get mad.
Yeah.
That's what happened as a young guy. You get mad. I'll get back at him. I'll get back at him. And the next thing you know, you're beat.
That's right.
And you ought to be over there and you see something's happened to you and you're not at your full best. You need to go tag and get out of there. But he'll learn that. I mean, I'm not admonishing him. I'm just saying that that's the way it is with young wrestlers. They all want to do it. And even some of the guys that have been around a while, they want to prove something instead of saying what's going to be best for the team.
Ray honestly jumped in there. No tag's been made, but he just watched it as long as he could as they were double teaming on Cat Garrett. Garrett round behind. Oh, look out. Bruno in the boot. He nailed him right at the top of the head.
We'll say something. You hit him with a boot. That's what you
count of three.
I get on sandals. That's what it is. I'm barefooted. I didn't do nothing.
He was barefooted on one foot for a moment there when he hit Cat Garrett in the top of the head with that left boot. 5:06 the time. And the win's going to go to Rock and Roll RPMs.
The only thing fair about Bruno is he's a bare-faced liar when he says he didn't hit him with a boot. We know it, and that's for a fact. We're going to take time out, check our time, and we'll be back in a moment. Time for more action, David, and that's good. We've had a lot of action today, as a matter of fact, in this final match. Hey, we're ready to go at it right now with the RPMs going against Cat Garrett and Ray Odyssey.
First fall went to the team of Rock and Roll RPMs when downtown Bruno took off a boot and hit Cat Garrett in the head. You know what we're saying.
No, I don't. I had on a flip-flop. I had a sandal, a shower shirt. I was barefooted. That's what it was. I didn't do nothing. I come out in my stocking feet's all I done.
Right.
All the time to make allegations, accusations, and lies about downtown Bruno. You did it when I was with the Downtown Connection. You did it when I was with the Commission. You did it when I had prime time. And you're doing it now with the Sun Stable and RPM. And I'm going to tell you, Dave, I don't like it one little bit, brother.
Neither do we, downtown Bruno. Off the ropes comes Tommy Lane. Good double drop kick by Cat Garrett and Ray Odyssey. Odyssey back to the corner. Cat Garrett stays in there.
I have a feeling that Cat and Ray were a little stung by losing that first fall like that, and they particularly were irritated with Bruno's involvement in the thing. They look like they've come back really fired up, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They look mighty good.
Rock and roll's burning. You know what? I've got a lot of plans. I'm going to help make sure the RPMs remain the CWA Tag Team Champions for as long as they want to. I'm going to help Phil Hickerson retain that CWA Heavyweight title for as long as he wants to. And you know what? Before it's all over with, I'm going to put that old court jester suit on that ugly-looking bunkhouse, brick house, whatever, brown, black Prince punk. Because you know why? He put me in that jester suit, and then all of a sudden I was suspended for a year. And I ain't forgotten that. I always knew Brickhouse Brown was a no-good punk piece of garbage, but nobody else would believe me. Well, now they believe me, but it's a little bit too late. But not for downtown Bruno, not for the stud stable. Bunkhouse, you're in trouble, brother. Jeff Jarrett, Bill Dundee, Jerry Lawler, Bill and Travis, Scott Steiner, Ray Odyssey, Sean Baxter, Cat Garrett. There ain't nobody at all that's going to be safe from the stud stable. So if you think we ain't going to come after you, you better look over your shoulder because one of us is.
Cat Garrett, fist doubled up. Mike Davis had the same idea. The referee stepped in between them, says, all right, keep the fist open and let's wrestle. Mike Davis, the taller of the Rock and Roll RPM. Round behind Cat Garrett, took his feet away from him, put him down on the mat, and he's got his left arm up in a hammer position.
Cat trying to be like a cat and get back up to his feet again. He does with the hammerlock still on, but a nice reversal by Cat Garrett. Tag on Tommy Lane.
Lane coming back in after Mike Davis got in trouble. He did the wise thing for a tag team member. He went right to the corner for the tag on his partner, and Tommy Lane is in there right now. He grabs that left arm, puts a big twist on it. I think he pulled his tights, but he got Cat Garrett down to the mat.
Yeah, well, it's smart not only from the fact that you get out of the hole in the problem that you're in, but you put a fresh man in there, so it was a good thing to do. Arm bar with Tommy Lane hanging on to the arm and shoulder of Cat Garrett again from the front. It looked like he grabbed the tights. And the people over there are hollering that he did, so I'm sure that he did. Ray Odyssey saying, listen to him, break up the hole. Cat Garrett coming from his knees. Back up, squared off with Tommy Lane.
He pulled his tights, no doubt about it. He was yanking right down to the mat. That's the third time he's done it. Now they just make a change. Mike Davis takes over. They didn't tag. Tommy Lane just left, and Mike Davis came in and took over the hole. Of course, Bruno's assuring the referee that everything was perfectly legal there. Nothing wrong with that at all. Look at Davis jumping up and down on the upper arm.
Boy,
not Cat Garrett.
Really piling it to him in that bicep. Tommy Lane in there again. Come on, Jerry.
Hey, Lance, just like the Steelers are always going to beat Dallas, just like Downtown Bruno is always going to beat Jamie Dundee, the Rock and Roll RPMs are going to beat Ray Odyssey and Cat Garrett, and they're going to remain the CWA Tag Team Champions. Lance, it ain't nothing but a thing, and you know why? Like I always tell you, it's like Mama says, it bees that way sometimes. Oh, yeah.
On and on and on.
Forever.
Tommy Lane whipped across. Good move as he got out of the way. Garrett had developed some of that speed that he has, and he had really gotten up ahead of it. Big clothesline from Mike Davis, and Davis puts him flat down on the mat. Count of one, but he kicked his way out of it. Tag back to Tommy Lane. Look at him work in and out of there. So smooth.
And they're keeping Cat Garrett away from the tag on Ray Odyssey. Odyssey is just stalking back and forth in the corner, not able to contribute legally because Cat Garrett is not able to get over there and put the tag on him.
The professional wrestling fans here in the CWA are without a doubt the ugliest people I have ever seen. The women got no teeth.
Oh, okay, Bruno. Whatever you say. You're going to say it anyhow. One of these days.
We're going to disagree with it generally, too, whatever he says.
Yes. You can just take that for a moment. That's good. Stretch of the arm on Cat Garrett from Mike Davis. I mean.
I'm trying to. You don't want to.
Garrett.
Women got no teeth. You know, hey, one has a total of 32 teeth and an IQ of 20 and a half a head of hair. And the answer is this here studio audience and everybody watching at home eating bologna sandwiches, sitting on a beanbag chair, watching wrestling, wishing they was in my position, saying, you know, I'm bigger than Downtown Bruno. I'm better looking than he is. How come I can't do what he's doing? Because I'm Downtown Bruno and you're not. You might be bigger, stronger, better looking, smarter, and richer. No, I doubt richer. But you know what? You can't be me because I'm Bruno and you're not.
And a sigh of relief comes up all over the area, huh? Okay. Mike Davis shoots in a forearm, entirely legitimate, and knocks Cat Garrett down. Garrett has taken a long stand in there. He has not, I don't think, made the effort to get to the corner. He wants to stay in there and prove it to him. It's okay. Cat is learning in there. Tommy Lane holds that arm back and hanging on to him. We've got about a minute before we have to get out of here.
Time winding down. Rock and roll RPMs pretty well in control here in this fall. After the first few opening seconds, Cat Garrett had a cover there. He flipped over to the corner. Here's Ray Odyssey coming in. Odyssey, boy, he's kept it stored up, and he's going after both of them. Now Cat Garrett in there. Good drop kick by Odyssey. Mike Davis down on the mat. Bruno tosses the boot to Tommy Lane, and Tommy Lane nails Ray Odyssey with it. There's a cover by Mike Davis. Referee turns around, sees the cover, starts the count. It's a 3, and this one's over.
Once again, rock and roll. Never forget
The thing that I really resent about that is the Rock and Roll Express is better than that. They don't have to go to that cheap stuff to win a match with Cat and Ray. Cat and Ray gave them a good go in there. But they fall into that stud stable mentality of doing stuff like that.
Exactly.
And when you got Bruno around.
All of that.
Well, we really don't have time for much of a recap. Well, the winners were
Mike Davis and Tommy Lane, the Rock and Roll RPMs, and also Phil Hickerson won his match over Billy Travis, but he did, in fact, pull a chain, denials notwithstanding.
Got that right. Hot now, we got to get out of here. Looking forward to you being here next week. And until we see you, Lance Russell and Dave Brown saying bye-bye, everybody.
The announcers on this program are selected and paid by parties other than this station, namely the promoters of Championship Wrestling.